meeting on May 12th at 6:07 p.m. to order through you, Commissioner Brzezinski. The first item on the agenda is saluting our flag. So if everybody can please rise and either use a mental image of a flag, or if you have a flag in your vision, let's salute our flag. Ready? And I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Co-chair Commissioner Brzezinski, we're going to be going through the roll call of officers. Currently, Chairman Nolan has not yet joined our meetings. We're going to mark him absent for the time being. Hopefully he'll join us soon. We have Commissioner Brzezinski.
Here.
Commissioner Abbey.
Here.
Commissioner D'Agostino.
Here.
All right. And through you, Commissioner Brzezinski, the Sunshine Law statement is the following. This meeting today conforms with Chapter 231 of Public Law from 1975, called the Open Public Meetings Act. And as per the requirements of the statute, notification of the meeting was published in the Star Ledger and Home News Tribune and filed with the clerk of Middlesex County. At this point in time, through you, Commissioner Brzezinski, we do have an executive session regarding a personnel matter, to which I will ask the board to move into the executive session. So at this time, if you can prompt the board for a motion.
We have a motion, please.
Motion.
Second.
All members in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, at this time, my apologies. Before we go into executive session, I was instructed to introduce who we have on as professionals listening into our meeting today. We have two members of our IT department from Middlesex County helping facilitate. We have Mr. Victor Evans, along with Mr. John Stefani, followed by our commissioners who were just named, Commissioner Brzezinski, Commissioner Abbey, Commissioner D'Agostino. We have our Executive Director, Jim Polos, along with our CF, William Brennan. We have our Custodian of Records and Senior Project Manager, Ms. Carol Burns. And then we have our professional engineer, Mr. David Samuel, listening in. So my apologies for that slight interruption, but let's move into executive session at this point in time. We're asking for the IT facilitation to include only the board members, along with our executive director, myself, and the CFO.
You have been added to the waiting room. You cannot talk or listen until the host admits you to the meeting. You are muted. You can mute or unmute yourself by pressing *6.
Okay, Ann, you can begin when ready.
Thank you very much. And I would be remiss to say if and when the portions, when the portions of the agenda where our public commenters are able to speak. If you're on the phone, please press *9. If you are, raise your hand. So moving on to item number 5, correspondence. Through you, Commissioner Brzezinski, I don't believe we have any correspondences to review at this point in time. So we can move on to our committee reports. The financial report was provided to our board members and staff on Friday, so I don't think we have any further items to review. Next is our recycling report, and I understand that Mr. Matasera is not attending our meeting today, so therefore I think our Executive Director, James Polis, is going to provide us with the recycling report. If you can do so at that time, that would be ideal.
Thank you, Ann. Yes,
Sure.
briefly, just wanted to update everyone with a couple of quick numbers. Our yard waste program continues to be a success. This is where we take on leaves and brush from our communities, the participating communities. This past month, we collected over 1,500 tons. We also done some renovation at our facility, which is making it more functional and more efficient. And it's been a very, very successful program for our communities. In addition, as you know, we have 17 towns that participate in our curbside recycling program. And the numbers, sometimes we don't share them every month, but they are a bit staggering. We are providing service to almost 111,000 homes and businesses in the county in 17 communities. And with our biweekly pickup, that means that we're making in excess of 230,000 stops a month to pick up recycling. We collected 2,235 tons of recycling this past month. The yeoman's job contractor and our inspection team are doing a great job. And of course, the great hard work of the municipal recycling directors, municipalities to help coordinate the education and training aspects. So recycling, again, continues to be a highly successful program in Middlesex County. Thanks, Ann.
Thank you. Moving on to our redevelopment report. Through you, Commissioner Brzezinski, I would like to provide the board and our public with an update regarding the Jersey Avenue School project, along with the Cancer Pavilion and the North Brunswick train station. So as of, oh, thank you very much. So starting with the Jersey Avenue School project, work continues on the project design as well as the site development plans. There's on-site utility and concrete inspections that took place in the month of. Regarding the design and approval, the architect has reached the design development phase of the project. Just bear with me for 1 second. My computer decided to dim by itself, so I wasn't ready for it. Following the memorialization of the planning approval for the project, they are proceeding through the resolution compliance phase, along with designing work required for entitlements, including with the Middlesex County Planning Board site plan approval and JDEP treatment works approval, and along with water main certification. The energy modeling is being performed to determine the eligibility of potential energy rebates. The site activities include sampling and demolition of on-site concrete, and that has commenced in the month of April, along with the on-site utility inspections with PSC&G, which were recently performed. I always go through the project schedule, but which has not changed. And I'd just like to reiterate that the major project schedule milestones are commencing excavation is going to be in June 2021. Commencing the structure is going to commence in December 2021. The building shall be enclosed October 2022 with substantial completion completed on August 2023. So moving on to our Cancer Pavilion update. The project design has moved into the construction document phase, which includes that the building is the building demolition is underway. The following reviews, permits, and approvals: the demolition permit, freehold soil approval, preliminary and final site plan approval from the New Brunswick Planning Board, along with the sidewalk closure permit from the City of New Brunswick. The site development activities regarding demolition is that the demolition has begun on the west building, commenced in March and was completed during the month of April. The asbestos abatement was completed on the east building in mid-April and demolition commenced. Completion of the demolition is expected by the end of May. Air and vibration monitoring around the perimeter of the site continues during demolition phase. So the project schedule remains on tact. The major milestones are the following. Commencing excavation is due to be completed July 2021. Commencing the structure is going to be underway by April 2022. The building shall be closed by January 2023 with substantial completion from July 2024. Moving on to the North Brunswick train station, we're still in a deliberative process between our engineering team and New Jersey Transit. So we're working on a finalized agreement that should be circulated to our partners in the next 2 weeks or so. So I am optimistically thinking that we should have a formal signed agreement within the next month or so, and then we could present some more details before the board at our next meeting. Executive Director James Polis, do you have anything to add regarding?
No, as you mentioned, we're still in the process. We're expediting it as much as we possibly can. And our partners at New Jersey Transit have been most helpful in trying to help move the project along. And so we're confident that we'll be able to make some headway in the next few weeks with the documents that need to be executed. And that's really it on the train station.
Great, thank you so much. At this time, as the committee reports have been presented to the board through you, Commissioner Rydzinski, can I have a motion to accept the reports as is?
Can we get a motion, please? Motion.
Second.
All members in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Moving on to old business. I don't believe we have any old business. Can you please confirm this, Executive Director?
We do not.
All right, moving on to new business. This is your time to shine. Can I please have the operations update from you?
Just very briefly, we've gone through some of the different committees and groups and what's going on in the process of fulfilling our audit requirements. We're in the audit process right now and going through the details of that to be able to comply with the regulations. The team is doing a great job. Our finance team, Bill Brennan, and the entire team working very diligently to get the necessary documents in for that. Our recycling team is doing a wonderful job. You heard that in our recycling report. And our management team at Roosevelt Hospital is doing, I think, a yeoman's job in controlling the continuing issues of spread of COVID and making sure that our operators are very pleased with the work that they've been doing within the facilities through Robert Wood Johnson University Hospital. So that management element has really been a great success. I think that's all we have to report tonight.
Thank you very much. So moving on to the discussion of resolutions, if I may present the 3 resolutions before the board tonight, which includes item 8A, resolution authorizing procurement of insurance coverage for Roosevelt Care Center facilities, along with item 8B, the resolution authorizing a reimbursement of expenses accrued during a disability benefits appeal application period. And item 8C is a resolution authorizing a contract with Central Square to conduct a finance enterprise software system upgrade. At this time, I believe the board members had a chance to review the resolution items. If anybody has a question, you can ask so at this point in time. So I'm taking your silence as you reviewed, and we have no questions, especially because one of them was dealing with our executive session matter.
And there is a hand raised from the public.
Okay, so for the public commenters, we're going to wait until item 11, which is public comments on the resolution. So if you could just bear with me, that was just for the board members to ask any clarifying questions. So approval of the minutes. Commissioner Rydzinski, may I please have a motion to accept the minutes of agenda session and regular session. Ooh, I have a typo of this one. April, of last month's meeting in April 2021.
Can we have a motion, please?
Motion.
Are all members in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you very much. So, John and Victor, at this point in time, we have public comments on resolutions, and I see that we do have a hand raised, so we can facilitate the public comments at this point in time.
Sure, I will ask the first individual to unmute now.
Hello, it's Charlie Cradaville.
Hello, Mr. Cradaville, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. Yourself?
Doing well.
Okay, so I had a few questions. The first was, did I hear correctly that there's been a resolution added as a result of the executive session?
No, it was on, so item 8B was already existing. So the resolution authorizing
I see.
reimbursement of expenses was what we dealt with because it was dealing with the personnel matter. So I felt the need to apprise the board of the details in which this resolution included.
Understood. So it's still on the agenda, that one.
Oh yeah, yes, it's still on the agenda.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I did want to ask about 8A first, the insurance coverage. What exactly is going on here? Is there going to be a public bidding process? Are you using a broker or, any particular company?
Sure. I hate to do this, but is our CFO on the available to chime in? Because I know he was working very closely with our insurance broker, and he might have a better articulate way of explaining the process as opposed to me bumbling through it.
Ann,
So
can you
Bill-
hear me?
Yes, I sure can, Bill. Thank you. And I'm sorry to cold call on you right there.
No, good evening, everyone. Mr. Credigal, my name is Bill Brennan. I'm the Chief Financial Officer. Nice to speak with you, sir.
Same to you.
Okay, so it's a rather diligent process where we have a third party, North American Insurance Management. They are our insurance consultant brokers that we've been using, and they're also used by the county proper. Robin Rassiopi is the primary contact. I believe the process, which I can share with you in greater detail, is many different brokers, many different carriers are reached out to for competitive pricing with the understanding of the COVID environment and the situation that we're currently living in. And then this went out to for further review and I guess consideration feedback from hospital administrators at the care centers, and also the county proper, as well as our executive director, James Polos. And we agreed that we all agreed in unison or unanimity with the recommendation of American Insurance Management to continue with the carriers that were used in the prior year. And hopefully as the COVID crisis with vaccines and proper care, as the COVID crisis comes into check, we're hoping to see more attractive pricing going forward. But unfortunately, in the environment that we're in, it was determined that this is the most secure way to cover liability coverage for the hospital, the care centers, and the county, Middlesex County Improvement Authority. So I hope from a high level, sir, that kind of gives you an answer, or at least an idea of the process.
Yeah, thanks so much for the thorough answer. I did want to follow up and ask what the relationship is between North American and Acura.
They're this one and the same, sir. I think Acura, to my understanding, and yeah, I'm almost certain Acura is the parent company within North American Insurance Management falls under.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Yeah, that was my understanding too. I ask only because they've been in the news recently, and I've, New Brunswick today has done some coverage of them, and got a little feedback from Acrisure, muddying the waters or sort of distancing themselves from North American. But it's always been my understanding that they're a wholly owned subsidiary. But I did want to point out that I did get that kind of confusing response from them, and I think that all involved should read our articles about this company and consider you know, their track record and why they're in the news, but also, you know, having a public process that would ultimately, you know, choose the providers with the best price instead of going through a broker. But, you know, you probably know a lot more about this stuff than I do. I just given my 2 cents here and wanted to raise the red flag about this, you know, particular company that you're doing business with. And I think that's all on Resolution 8A, but if I could understand a little bit about what 8B is changing,
Sure.
or what,
Oh,
you know,
no. So
yeah, what precipitated this?
yeah, through you, Commissioner Rosinsky, I'd like to explain Resolution 8B.
Please.
So Resolution 8B is a reimbursement from a former employee who unfortunately had a 4-year pending disability application. So they recently had a favorable finding, to which we are providing them with reimbursement of their out-of-pocket expenses. So we sent the records to the JIF. They're covering a portion of it. This technically didn't require a resolution for the reimbursement, but since it was somewhat unique, I wanted to apprise the board of this situation because we don't see these types of reimbursements every month. It was upwards to about $21,000 because there was quite a bit of out-of-pocket expenses. But I did the thorough review. I worked with the JIF to make sure that everything would be covered, and the documents that they thoroughly provided to our team was upwards over 300 pages. So that was riveting to review, but rightfully so that they sought a reimbursement, and it seemed appropriate to apprise the board in an executive session since it's technically a personnel matter. But being that this is a public resolution and you asked, I would love to articulate that for you on the record.
Thank you for the thorough answer. And just when you say the JIF, which JIF are you with?
We went through the MCGIF, the Middlesex County.
The MCM JIF?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then just for good measure, 8C, the contract, what exactly is the finance
this might be out of
enterprise?
scope for me. Yeah, this is a software, an IT upgrade. So I don't know, but it required that I think that some of the antiquated systems that would have been in MCIA headquarters had to get an upgrade. It's about $80,000. I wasn't going to step into my software engineering role there, but if you wanted a more thorough answer about what kind of upgrades, I could definitely provide it to you. I don't have that answer at this point in time.
It's okay. I'll look into the company. Thank you.
Okay.
That's all on the resolution.
Sure. Okay, so at this point in time, we can move on to the approval of resolution. So Commissioner Ritson's motion to move all items through a consent agenda.
Yes, please.
Motion.
Are all members in favor of moving the resolution through a consent agenda?
Yes.
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 All right, moving on to the payment of vouchers. May I please, this was provided to the board members in their board packet for review. Can I please have a motion for payment of the vouchers?
Can we get a motion, please?
Motion. Second.
I'll give it to Christine and then second with Paul. You guys are quick on the trigger today. Are all members in favor?
Aye.
Yes.
Aye.
Aye.
All right, moving on to public session. Do we have any members of the public that would wish to speak at this point in time? Mr. Cradaville, I see that you did a hand raise there.
Yes. Hello once again. Charles
hello
Cradaville,
there.
New Brunswick today. I did want to ask about the vaccination rate of nurse. Does anybody have that information?
Of the employees and staff?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm actually
Exactly.
not sure. Executive Director, do you have that information?
No, I don't, but we can certainly provide that to you, Charlie. I don't
Yeah.
have the exact number.
So just so you are aware, we do have weekly meetings with both licensed administrators at our long-term care facilities, and they do give us updates. I understand that our most recent update included that we closed the COVID unit in Old Bridge, if I'm not mistaken, and then I think we only have a few patients in staff reporting. I don't have that information. I haven't heard that it's been an issue. So that's a blessed out, and everyone was quarantined. We were getting a lot of temporary assistance through agencies. So that emergency has died down a lot, which helps me lead to the conclusion that perhaps it's not as high as it once was, which is not the best answer for you, Charlie, but I will provide you with more statistics that accurately describe that issue.
Great. Thanks for doing your best. I do. The reason I ask is the governor's been telling folks to ask their nursing homes.
Right. Governor Murphy a letter for that one then. I'm kidding. No, it's okay.
I did want to also ask about the event today. I believe I didn't hear it in the report, but there was a ceremonial groundbreaking at the Jersey Avenue school site today, and I'm not sure if Mr. Devaney's on the call or if anybody can answer, but I guess my invite got lost in the mail.
We didn't run that event, to be honest with you, Charlie. That was run by, I believe, either the city, I'm not sure if it was city, DevCo, which entity it was. That was not an improvement authority groundbreaking ceremony today. We received an invitation to participate.
To be fair, I guess my invite got lost in the mail as well.
Right. So yeah, no hard feelings. I read about it in the media. I was able to go, and it wasn't a problem. But I was just curious because I know we did have conversations in the past about, keeping New Brunswick Today informed about, authority announcements and events, and I just want to make sure that nothing's changed, and
nothing has changed, Charlie. Any of the events that we coordinate or organize, we will make sure that you're advised that we did not organize that event.
Okay. Well, good to hear. And yeah, it's unfortunate I was not able to see you in person and say hi in person today, but I was there, and I know you were there, and yeah, that's all I have for today. Thank you for hearing me out.
All right, thank you, Mr. Cradaville. I don't think we have any other members of the public who wish to speak at this time, right? John and Victor?
No, there are not, Ann.
Okay, so moving on to the last item of our agenda is the adjournment. So through you, Commissioner Rosinski, may I have a motion to adjourn?
Can I have a motion to adjourn, please?
Motion.
Second.
All members in favor?
Aye.
All right. I hope everybody has a good night and stay safe.
Yes, you too. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Ed.
No problem. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye.